So I'm really delighted to welcome you to the first ever live SPI demo. So the first feature that I would like to actually show you is exactly addressing that, the proactive monitoring requirements that you might have. And we do have here that from a lot of our clients that sometimes lots arrive without serialization being done prior, and that they would really like to have a complete overview of what is happening within their serialization, so that they actually can have a proactive way of resolving those issues before the products hit the market. Because obviously once they're on the market and they can't be sold, it can create a lot of problems. It can, of course, create not just loss of revenue, but you can imagine that it is not a good thing when the patients are actually without the medication they need. Having said all this, if you could have a look, thank you. So what do you see here is our first feature that I would like to present to you today. This is our commission lots feature within SPI. And within that feature, you will be able to see the last 100 products that have been most recently commissioned within your TraceLink system. You can obviously change the time. So what I've chosen here is the 90 days because I did have some issues within my French market in the last 90 days. So I want to make sure that I can proactively see that everything is correct. In particularly, the issues that we had was with product release. Obviously, the product release is really important for me because with the product release, we actually have the TraceLink workflows being triggered who are actually going to do the report to the EU hub. So the first, what I can see here is my 5 products and also the associated lot numbers and eaches that have been created for that given period of time. And it's obviously alphabetically ordered. I've chosen to just show 5 items per page so that we can follow it easier. You also can see your entire aggregation. And then you can obviously go and view more details. So going from a very global detail, you can actually go into very fine details of the product. So this is what you can see here. So I went into my 4 lots and I can see within those 4 lots how many eaches have been produced within each of the given lots, starting from about 40,000 to I believe around 3,600. So very quickly you go from a macro view to a detailed view. So then going even deeper into the detail within that given lot, I can actually see not just what day it was manufactured, I can see a lot of other details about that given lot. And most importantly, I can actually see whether the product has been released on the market or not. In this case that we've seen, it hasn't been released, which is obviously worrying. So let's have a look at the next lot to see what was happening with that one. So again, I'm going into the details of the product, and when I have a closer look, I can see that the product release hasn't happened. I actually only have 1 CMO within France, so this is a worrying thing. So what I now need to do is actually proactively see every single product that is coming from my partner in France, what is happening with those products. Have they been product released, or do I actually have to intervene? Again, really important because that will trigger my workflows. Without those workflows being triggered, what will happen, and this is something that happened in the past as well, is that my medication will arrive on the French market without the reporting being done to the EU hub. So what I'm doing here is I'm applying further filters. So what I'm going to choose now is for the French market that the product release has a status of no, so that I can actually gain a list of every single lot and every single item and every single sort of serial number that has been used to be absolutely sure that that has happened as well. So that's my next step. As you can see, I'm going into the filter apply. I think you saw as well, there's a lot of ways how you can actually view your data. This is an example because that was something that is important to me. So I can actually see not just that my FluMed hasn't been released, I can actually see every single lot given within those 3 months that I have been looking at has not been released. And this is my part of the proactive monitoring, because I actually discovered an issue before the products have been shipped, luckily. So I can actually go and ring my CMO and see why those products haven't been released as in yet. So would you have any question to this?
This is actually impressive, because at the moment, most of these actions we are doing manually. We are collecting the data, putting them into the Excel, combining that data with other data from the other systems. So now this gives us one dashboard, one single view with the consistency of having the real-time data. It saves a lot of time, gives clarity, and also gives certainty that we have the correct data in the correct place at the correct time for the correct people.